Be Offended with Joe and Tim.
Joe, I'm not sure that we're ever worthy of that much enthusiasm.
I still point, by the way. I literally point to my right.
No.
I literally point to my closet.
We have not been in the same room podcasting together
for over a year.
in a very long time. There was a while we wouldn't fit in the same room together, and now we voluntarily don't go in the same room, but yet you still wind up and you still
yeah.
It's funny. Originally season 1 we didn't look at each other. We both sat in the corner like we were the end of Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
So
we faced opposite ends. We couldn't make eye contact. We couldn't do anything. I still do that though.
And then we brought back the next season, and we actually made a lot of eye contact because we did it more of like a hang because we had a lot of guests. People I've listened to the prior season when we were still the Inappropriate Guys.
Well, technically,
we had a lot of guests, so we had kind of
show.
So we did it in like we did like a big circle. Like we did like a big
circle jerk.
Like with so it's like a hangout that we were recording, and now we're back to looking in the corner. So I'm glad to hear that you're not too lonely. You still think I'm there. So Joe was very excited, as you could tell.
Yes, I'm excited. I've got news. Wait, I've got sad news. Play the music.
Wait, what?
It's sad.
What's
okay? So
hold on, I need to crack my.
You should start drinking already. Okay, so sad music, sad everything. I'm perusing the interwebs, and I pop on the old Facebook because I don't.
No, tell me Heather Deep Throat is dead.
No, she's still alive. Jesus Christ, don't scare me like that. So I see a lot of posts with Darth Vader, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh no, James Earl Jones died, and I'm all upset about James Earl Jones dying, and I'm scrolling and I'm like, wait a second, and then I'm like, fuck, this is so bad. He was just in Coming to America 2, which a buddy of mine was on, and all this stuff. So I was like, oh man,
your friend is Eddie Murphy?
No, he's not. Yes, my friend is Eddie Murphy.
Arsenio?
Yeah, Arsenio. There you go. Now that's why that's where I get my skills from. And then I look it up, and it's not James Earl Jones who died. It's the schmuck who played Darth Vader.
I honestly had no idea that James Earl Jones was still alive.
Yeah, no, James Earl Jones is still alive.
I had no idea he was still alive. So he was born in 1953.
Yeah.
So he's not even that old.
Yeah, he's not dead. He's like Wilford Brimley.
Wait, he's younger than my father, and only a year older than my mother.
Yeah, he's been perpetually old. Like
wow,
like
I really wow. This is. I know this wasn't your bit, but this is. I had no idea that James Earl Jones. Oh wait, no. Here we go.
What?
Now someone else saying he was born in 1931.
No, just look at his age. Look at the website. I mean, Google. We need.
That's what I'm saying. Google the top. Years active. Okay, so he's been an actor since 1953. Okay, no, so he's 89 years old. He is old as shit.
He is old.
Okay, so he has been old.
So you ruined fake news. Fake news. You ruined everything. See, this is why I can't let you run these topics. So he's not dead. He's still alive. He's still going around making movies.
I just barely broke into my cider, and I'm already.
Yeah, you're fucking up here. So.
Figures the liberal on the podcast throwing out the fake news.
Who played Darth Vader with the suit on? He's the guy who actually did all the physical movement.
So he's basically. What's the point?
It's like an extra.
Like the guy who played inside Mr. Met. Like,
It's the guy who is inside
the puppet master. The puppet who worked. Kermit the Frog is dead.
Yeah. I mean, actually, that's a bigger deal because he also did the voice. Kermit the Frog. Puppeteer, like all of the Muppet puppeteers, they also did all the voices. So that's a big deal because they're acting voice-wise and they're puppeteering. This guy just walked around silently pointing and things, and then, it was dubbed over with James Earl Jones. So that's the guy that died. And I was relieved.
I'm surprised that was
that was big news.
Like big news, yeah. Like I'm
it
sure
was big news. It was
one of the guys in the stormtrooper costume died too.
Yeah. Well, at any rate, that makes no sense.
So you were upset, and now you're not upset.
Yeah, fake sad news. So I redact that sad news.
Okay, well, I redact my my fake news that James Earl Jones is only in the 70s.
So we're starting over again. Hello, and Oh, wait.
I told you that enthusiasm was misplaced.
So I woke up this morning and I thought he was dead, and then so fake news. Everybody's fake news. I've got so much stuff. We have a storm going on right now. And
we won't by the time you hear this.
Of course, because we're neck deep in backlog here. More shows are coming out, so this might be sooner rather than later.
Ooh.
But we had a storm, and
hopefully we'll still have power by then.
Tim's power went out.
So after now we all know I'm not the prepper.
Yeah.
So Joe's the prepper, and his power's gone out more times than I can remember. Or his internet goes out, and all this stuff happens, and I'm always sitting high and dry. So for the first time today, it was me who was powerless.
Yeah.
For several hours, but Joe was nice enough to offer if I needed. What did you say?
I said provisions. Yeah,
provisions.
I just said the word provisions.
Provisions, which of course was cum, and home printed porn. Joe was kind enough. He was gonna use his printer and print out some pornography for me. But fortunately,
I only have a black and white printer though.
Yeah, which is a bummer because I'm really not into interracial stuff.
Yeah.
So like it was, although man. It actually might have reminded me of my youth when I used to watch Scramble Vision.
There you go. Yeah,
when you had the inverted porn and all the teeth were black and the skin was like super super white
or green. Sometimes it went green. And
Oh, that's what it was. It was green skin
it was
and
weird
black
green
teeth.
and the good old days.
Yeah, that was channel 34 was Spice TV.
Oh, I don't even remember the Spice Channel until now. Wow.
Well, because the Playboy channel the Spice TV was the hardcore.
Oh, interesting.
So the Playboy Playboy channel for some reason didn't scramble.
Huh.
Yeah, for some reason, whatever they did for the Playboy channel did not scramble. But Spice TV, and this was literally, there was like 30 channels. So like the TV ended at 30, and then I guess like 31 through 34 were the pay-per-views. So every once in a while, you can get like wrestling or something in Scramble Vision.
Uh-huh.
Never Playboy TV, but always Spice TV. So and then like you could. So after a while, you actually figured out like what a scrambled boob looked like.
Oh yeah, and then it was. We did this bit many times. I think.
And then
every season
it would descramble.
Yeah, and it was like looking at the Matrix. That's how I always explain it. It's like once you can read the Matrix, it's not code anymore. It's like, oh, there's boobs. But yeah. So speaking of boobs. Plowing through.
Wait. Sorry, there's nothing more on the rations?
No, nothing more. No more. I just wanted to announce that your power went out and that I offered you things. And
you offered me rations.
Yeah, I made sure that you were. I was going to offer you
Joe
a generator.
Was really nice. He was going to let my baby come over and stay with him for a couple of days.
No. No.
We don't have any heat. Joe's offering his body heat to cuddle and comfort the baby until the power and heat came back on.
Have we talked about that? I hate babies because I hate babies. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, cue more music. It's gonna be a nightmare to
Joe,
edit.
Oh my god! Is there enough royalty-free music to play under all this pomp of circumstance?
It's the VR minute. Whoa. We haven't had the VR minute in forever.
Thank God I have my power back.
Yeah. Well, those lasers are shooting everybody's lights out anyway.
I was living in real reality for a while there without my.
It's the VR minute. Wow. We haven't done a VR minute in like maybe a year.
You know why? Because VR is stupid and will never catch on.
No, it's caught on because
the
now
lack of VR
away.
Minutes is.
It's the only way you could go out and socialize. Is the VR is VR. So, my parents have got COVID.
What? It's breaking news?
Yes, breaking news.
How did they get
parents in Florida? Who the fuck knows? They're going someplace. Who knows?
Swinger party?
Oh God, no. So they've got COVID. They're doing fine. They
got the Rona?
Yeah, they got the Rona. And nothing, literally like a little cough. And they're older, so put that in your pipe and smoke it. So I was talking to my stepfather about VR goggles. I don't even remember how it came up. It was like this tiny glancing mention of something.
Well, because now we can't go to the swingers party anymore. So because he's got the Rona.
So he said, "Oh man, you could do things in VR," and then I ended up accidentally planting the seed in his mind to get a VR headset. And I said, "Oh, there's actually a new one out." And he was like, "Oh, really?" And I explained to him like the things that you can do, and so he literally like ordered one and had it brought to his house.
Wow. Okay. So he's going to be visiting Everest as well?
Yeah. So he went to the International Space Station. The funniest thing is I did it over the phone with him so that I could like tutorialize the situation of how to set things up. And he was wowed by the setup screen. Like he was like, he literally did, "Wow, this is fucking cool," like that. Like, and I was just laughing.
It's like the equivalent of like when the toasters were flying on your when you got the Mac.
Yeah, the Windows screen.
The screensaver.
Yeah, and he was blown away by the tutorial about where to set up your hand controllers.
What game is this?
Yeah, that like literally, he didn't have to do anything but set up the.
Wait, so like to set up your password and username, are you like swiping at letters and punching in the air and stuff?
Yeah. So when you first put on the goggles, you're
he's
already
like putting in his Wi-Fi password.
Yeah. And he's literally like, "This is amazing," because you have to pick up a controller and you see the controllers. Yeah.
Uppercase A 224 exclamation point dash. Amazing.
Yeah. So he was blown away, and I started laughing hysterical, and then I bought one.
Wait, you bought the? Wait, I thought you had one. You bought another one?
I bought the new one. The new one's way better.
What?
Yeah. This is just the
Is it like an iPhone where it comes out every 8 minutes?
Yeah, kind of. They're already on the like third or fourth version of the
since
VR.
You introduced the VR Minute like a year and a half ago.
Yeah. So, and this one's great. It's phenomenal. I don't need to give you
what
more
happens to the
details.
old one?
The old one, you've listened to our shows. The old one got returned. It was covered in cum, and I was done.
That's what I was going to make the same joke again. Exactly. I was going to say, how'd you get the cum off of it? Wait, so you haven't had one, so that's why the VR Minute was canceled.
Exactly, because I haven't
said
been
how great
in
it
VR.
was.
Yeah.
And then you returned it because, as I said, it's pretty stupid because you find yourself, it's like similar to when like, you know, like you like, yeah, like you masturbate some like really like nasty porn and then like it's over and then you kind of feel really stupid. It's like the same thing. Like you're playing your VR, then all of a sudden like it comes to realize that like you're standing there in like your boxer shorts in the middle of the empty room, like just swinging at the air.
Looking like an absolute jerk.
Like a lunatic. Yeah.
Well,
all of a sudden like the UPS guy comes in. He's like, "Oh no, man, the door was opened."
So my parents are physically isolating themselves in different rooms because of COVID. So
even though they both have it?
Well, my stepdad has it positively, and my mother isn't feeling well. So by contact alone, they already associate her with most likely having it. And I think she's going for a test tomorrow or whatever. But yeah. So with that said, he's having a blast. In the tutorial screen still, I'm sure, in VR while he has COVID. The cure for COVID is the VR fucking minute.
Exactly a minute. I refuse to believe this is more than a passing fad.
No,
I do.
No, you know what? That's what they said about like TV.
About what?
They're like this silly thing
the
with
radio.
With
that's what they said about the combustion engine.
Yeah. That's what they said about
donkeys.
That's what shoes. This silly. Why do you need to put something on your feet? Your feet already are fine. Yeah. This is exactly like
the first time someone put their penis in a woman's mouth. They're like, this will never catch on.
Adam was like, really? This is not a thing. It smells down there. Holy fuck. Well, anyway, I blasted through all that.
Minute. Oh God. I can't. I mean, I'm trying to think of like other like stupid things that have come and gone, but like VR is one of those things that like it's been like the next. I'm trying to think of how long I had to go to like, the Time Magazine archives, but like I remember it was probably 2.5-3 years ago when they did the cover story about like VR, like why it's for real this time. And it was like 5 or 6 articles about like why, like, you know, they've been trying to do VR for like 15 years, and like now it's finally the time where it's going to catch on.
You do realize
it was like 2.5 years.
It's like one of the biggest, hottest selling like gifts of the past 2 years.
Because everyone has everything.
Yeah, well, but
there's nothing left to buy.
Yeah,
so it's just sitting in a box somewhere.
It's because of porn.
It's because
like,
people have discovered VR the Roomba. You know how often I use my Roomba? Stupid Roomba.
You shouldn't have to use it. It should be the new one that does it on its own.
No, maybe my wife needs to like program it.
Exactly.
It just leaves
you
itself
don't
once in a while.
use a Roomba. That's the whole point of owning a Roomba.
Is it how often we turn it on? You have to put it on the little electronic fence. No, you put the electronic fence so it doesn't go down the stairs.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the setup screen, man. You got to get past the setup screen.
Oh, maybe we got the cheap. Maybe we got the cheap one. It doesn't have the app.
You got the knockoff or something. You just got to like set up the boundary and then boom, that's it. You're done. And
no,
then,
it's like
for the rest of your life.
Air fryer. It's like the Roomba. Like it's like the refrigerators, which like will tell you what's in the refrigerator when you weigh out.
That's
like a lot
stupid.
of technologies sound like they would be cool.
Is it sharper image?
yeah, exactly. Like it's they just put Bluetooth and everything. Yeah, it's just. But one of our friends, they're like engineers. So one of them worked at Nest for a while.
Oh Jesus.
Which is and the big thing with Nest was that it had a barometer. And I just remember, like, and I said this right to the guy's face. I'm like, are we concerned about like a low pressure system moving in from the den? Like, I need to they are like, oh, what's the new Nest have? Oh, a barometer. Like,
yeah, you need a barometer. I have a barometer.
Like they could do it, and I understand like the technology to like put a barometer into like a Nest, which is like the size of like a mouse or something. Like I'm sure like that was like a great technological feat.
They all high-fived each other.
Who the hell cares? And that is a lot of this stuff. It's like just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it, doesn't mean it's going to catch on. And I'm telling you, these VR boxes are sitting. I want to go back and interview these people like a year later. And like see, I want to talk to Rick. I'm going to have Rick on. I'm going to bookmark this episode. And in 3 months,
you're going to see.
In 3 months, I'm going to ask Rick and how long he's used it for. I guarantee you he didn't use it past 10 days.
Well, he's quarantined for at least 14, so he's already going to.
He's not even going to make it through all 14 of them. The International Space Station is like the size of a school bus.
Yeah.
I think you can only explore it for so long.
No, but you can go on spacewalks too. You go outside and you float around.
But there's nothing out there.
Yeah, there's the Earth. You look down at the Earth and it's underneath you and it's crazy. Anyway. You're grumpy old man Tim today.
No, I'm not.
Shout at the clouds, Tim. Let it out.
It's really just the technology that they're giving us.
Old man dad
is
Tim.
Nothing what they wanted. Like that's like technology was so good and so exponential. And now it's just geeks making things for geeks. Like they don't like. It's like that episode, the famous episode of The Simpsons when he met his brother and his brother worked for Powell Motors. So they said like we need to get a car for the everyman. So they had Homer Simpson design a car.
I don't remember this.
It was hilarious. He designed like the worst car in the entire world.
Oh.
But like that was the idea of it was like, we're stuck here in our boardrooms designing cars. Like we don't know what the average drivers are like, and that's what I feel like these tech people is like, they're all, we went to the Google campus, me and my wife, we like spent a whole day because our friends are engineers. Mm-hmm. So we spent a whole day there and like there was one, maybe two people over the age of 40. Like every single person was they had the same, they had this like similar ages, same
pants, those khaki pants.
same body type, like same like basic like style. Like it was so
clones.
I guess it was diverse because of like races maybe and sexes, but like there was no diversity of thought. There was no diversity of age.
Watch a Target commercial. That's what they all look like. They all look like the same. They all look different. But they're all styled exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's a Target commercial. It's a Gap commercials. If the Gap commercial does the Gap still exist? I thought they went out of business or something. Or they just own everybody.
They still exist. They own Old Navy.
They own everybody. They don't just own Old Navy. I think they own Banana Republic now too, or something else. Yeah, they own a lot of shit. They're like, yeah, but I don't see Gap commercials anymore.
This is your retail minute.
Yeah, no, that's just the cash register.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That was my VR minute, and that's all I have. I got a lot of stuff actually.
Okay. Well, we can take a break.
Yeah.
And you can I don't know, charge your VR set in case you're gonna masturbate.
You know what I should
later.
do? I should put on the goggles and do an episode through VR.
No, what we should do is we should do a podcast for VR.
Yeah. I wonder how would we do that? They would have to be visual then. That sucks.
No,
it can be our avatars. It can
just impose our faces over the spaceship as you're floating in the. Yeah, so you're looking at the Earth flying off the International Space Station, and like my face is just like on a solar panel, and your face is on like the like where they discharge the waste, that little pipe where they like spit the urine into space.
You know they don't discharge anything. They package it and they send it back down to Earth.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, they keep all that shit, literally. They actually send it back down to Earth and they test it.
Yep. For what?
For how you're doing. You can tell a lot of about a person by their shit.
Our tax money is going to shuttling shit.
Not only does it go to that, but you know how much money it costs to ship the shit back.
That's what I'm saying.
Per volume, it's insane. it's like I think it's like $10,000.
Now they're bringing back just like
$10,000 a shit.
Wow.
Yep. Costs a lot of money to shit in space. We gotta go. We'll be back. That's good. Cool. Looking for more talk radio? You can listen to all of Season 2 of The Inappropriate Guys right now on BeOffendedRadio.com. And we're back!
And we are back. And Joe.
Yes, Tim.
You already know I have a story when I call you by your given name formally.
My formal name of Joe.
So I'm surprised you had time to podcast today when you've clearly been busy being a plaintiff in a Brooklyn federal lawsuit.
Oh, God. What is this?
Well, I'm assuming this is you. A New York man has commenced a federal lawsuit claiming that he was an unwitting porn star. He had his sex videos posted on Pornhub, iPorn TV, and X videos without his knowledge.
Huh. Wait, I'm confused though. How exactly did this happen?
He likes anonymous online only sex, and his claim is that his computer was hacked, and they demanded cash because somebody posted. So I guess he recorded a 2015 internet intercourse, which I guess is him masturbating, and then the other person also masturbating. Yeah, so he likes chatroulette and omegle.com, and he likes to have anonymous consensual masturbation on the internet. So yeah, this isn't you. I mean, this is your story.
No, it's not me.
You sure it's not you?
I'm positive it's not me.
He sued under a pseudonym Victor Vo.
Wait, you could sue under a pseudonym? This is more news to me than anything else.
I honestly didn't think you could be a plaintiff under a pseudonym. This is news to me as well.
This is great. That's more exciting to me than anything else.
Well,
that allows me to do a lot more things
Victor
now.
Vo?
Yeah, no, now I can sue
Inappropriate Guys with Victor, with Tim and Victor Vo.
Victor Rowe? That sounds like such a fake name.
Well, I guess instead of like Jane Doe or something, it's Victor Vo.
I am a Victor Rowe. I am from Russia.
Usually it's John Doe, so I don't know anyone with Victor Vo. So one meeting with what he thought was a woman also seeking sex went south. The victim claims he moved their interaction to Skype in a bid to be more private, but the quote woman sent him a link to a website he didn't know. The link the man now believes infected his computer with a virus and allowed hackers access to his files and personal information, including home address, job, and bank info.
You see?
At the end of the session, the quote woman told him she'd recorded him, had gotten into his computer, knew who he was, and said she released the clip if he didn't pay up. The man refused and detailed all the information he could think of. according to the filing.
Okay. So this is
scammers
the
may go on the
thing.
thread and even posted the victim's social media pics on gay porn sites, said the man who's heterosexual. Oh, we know it's not you. He's heterosexual.
Yeah, there you go.
When he realized what happened, the victim said he spent $5,000 to wipe his digital record and increase.
We don't need
security.
to hear the whole case. Were you the guy when I brought my laptop to the show for season 2 of The Inappropriate Guys? You made fun of me because I had a little thing that covered my laptop thing.
Yeah.
You're the jerk. So this is exactly why
this guy was masturbating on purpose. Like he knew that he was masturbating on camera.
Okay.
But it turns out that the person was extorting him, and they
So if I masturbate on camera, I want to make sure that after I masturbate, I couldn't cover that shit.
But if you're covering the camera, then how are you masturbating on it? No.
I'm saying is that once they hack the camera, they can turn it on anytime they want as well. So that's the protection you offer yourself. I don't jerk off on laptops anyway. That's too awkward. You can't get the right position.
But you also have your. You also have the cameras on everything now. The camera's even on your phone.
Camera on your car. Like you can use anything. Turn anything into a.
I mean, at this point, I think that like everyone has a video of them jerking off. I mean, you just have to assume. Just don't do it on Zoom. You did hear about that guy, right? The guy who works. He's a CNN legal contributor.
No, but it doesn't surprise me that he's.
They were doing like the equivalent of war games. For some fucking reason, I have no idea. People just have way too much time in their hand. But like the theory was that like COVID, like the election could become contested, so they had a bunch of different people, I guess, like playing different roles.
Oh my god!
Like doing it. This is literally it's fucking Dungeons and Dragons for people with like Ivy League degrees. It sounds so stupid.
I can't.
But anyway. I guess he was as bored of this shit as it is describing it.
Yeah.
So apparently he didn't know he was on camera and decided to take a masturbation break. This guy Jeffrey Toobin. And he masturbated. He just jerked off right in front of the entire Zoom.
He jerked off while he was in the middle of this meeting. What?
Yeah, they were in the meeting, and I guess maybe it wasn't his turn to role play. I guess,
and it turned him on that he's doing this.
He tried to do a quick jerk, and then apparently he didn't know.
Jerk?
I guess nobody was nice enough to text him or tell him or to do something. So then after he jerked, he came back into the meeting as if nothing had happened. And he had no idea that he had been jerking. So he's on leave from CNN. I'm not sure what his other jobs are, but like he's officially.
Here's the thing about that. How do you get fired for something you did accidentally? And clearly the worst outcome is not being fired.
Well, no, I don't think he was on fire. I think he's on leave or something.
He's on leave
because
like, he needs to what? Think about his.
Well, no, because I guess they can't. I guess like you don't want your legal commentator to be like, oh, that's that guy who like jerks off on meetings.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Well, like usually those leaves is because they're basically he's never going to be on television again. So they just need to figure out
find him
they
a
can't
desk
fire
job
him.
somewhere.
Yeah, they need to find his contract and say like how that's somehow a breach because there's
I can't wait. That email of like in his new position when like HR like introduces him to his new colleagues and they see that name pop up. They'd just be putting like pieces of tape on his webcam.
So he was fired from the New Yorker because I think the New Yorker.
I thought this was CNN.
It was his
fake
colleagues.
News again.
Because it was his okay. Hold on. He's CNN's chief legal analyst and he's also a writer for the New Yorker.
Okay,
and
so they fired him from the New Yorker?
And it was a New Yorker and WNYC radio Zoom call. His colleagues were on the call, so he exposed himself to the colleagues, which is why he was fired.
Huh.
So he's on leave from CNN because I guess that's different. But because he showed his penis to his coworkers, he was fired. 27 years as a staff writer.
Man, that's a lot of jerking.
Multiple people familiar with the matter told CNN that Toobin. Multiple people familiar with the matter. That's embarrassing. Yeah, so they actually called everyone on the meeting.
They all were like,
Toobin exposed himself when he began masturbating during the Zoom call, apparently as part of a different video call. People did not believe he intended his colleagues to witness it.
Of course. Well, this is great because now he can be free with his jerking off because everybody knows it. And now there's probably girls that have fetishes for this.
I believe I was not visible on Zoom, he added. I thought no one on the Zoom call could see me. I thought I had muted the Zoom video.
That's great.
And he asked for some time off from CNN, and they granted it. So he's on leave from CNN pending.
He's jerking off every day.
That is really embarrassing.
I just think, wow, he got away with jerking off for this long that he didn't fuck up. Because if you're in a mid-meeting jerk, like, think about that. You're literally mid-fucking meeting with a bunch of ugly, fat dudes sitting on a Zoom meeting. And you're in between, like, oh, I'm not going to talk. I'm going to mute myself and jerk off.
Well, you're working from home, so it's always boner time.
It's
constantly. No, if you're working from home, I mean, you never know. You could have sex or jerk off at a moment's notice.
Really?
You never know. Yeah,
no. You're speaking from experience. Have you had some almost
never in the home office? Obviously, way too many cameras in here.
That's where we record.
between the podcast computer, my work computer, my wife's work computer, my work phone, her work phone.
But you're in a triangle though, so you're blocked off from everything except for
except for all the cameras right now. Yeah, we can totally do a video podcast. We actually could do a multiple camera shoot. I got so many webcasts in here.
You have great angles.
I do.
Man.
You can really see me drinking my cider.
Great.
I'm surprised you didn't hear about Tubin. Yeah, and it's funny because his name is Tubin, so it kind of sounds like masturbating on a screen.
He's Tubin?
Yeah, he's Tubin, yeah. It's funny how these things always work out like that.
You know, names, segue alert.
Yeah.
Who comes up with the names of hurricanes? This is one of those things again.
So the winter storms, it's the Weather Channel. They decided to start naming them a few years ago just for marketing purposes.
Yeah.
But Atlantic storms, it's actually like a government agency who names them.
And so where did they come from? Are they just going down a list?
The World Meteorological Organization.
What's scary is that you have this off the top of your head. I didn't rehearse bringing this up, and you know the answer a little too well.
And what's crazy is that they actually retire the names when they're really bad hurricanes.
Really? So it can't be like
Hurricane. So there'll be never Katrina again. They stopped. I think Gloria was a bad one. Hurricane Andrew. Remember Hurricane Andrew?
They recycle
them. Yes.
There's not enough names
because not all of them make landfall.
Yeah, but
and then they started making. Well, no, that's the whole thing. So they actually recently, not enough names in the world. That was actually a big deal. They started using ethnic names. So it was always like Gloria and like Blanche and Joseph Saeed. And stuff. And now they started doing like Hurricane Rico.
Oh man.
And all that. Yeah. They started doing like Hispanic names and ethnic names.
Crap.
But they only do 21 names. So this year there was actually so many hurricanes. They had to use all the Greek letters. So once they run through the names, so there's like Hurricane Beta and So this year there's so many hurricanes they used. They had to use Greek letters. Yeah.
That's weird because, well, I mean, in Iran, they wouldn't have many names. I'm trying to think of I guess American have the most.
Well, it's the hurricanes, Atlantic hurricanes.
Yeah. So
you're not going to have Iran.
I'm saying. So it would use more names.
But like the Atlantic hurricane season, it affects the Caribbean, Mexico,
Saeed.
And America. So you should be using names from that region. Like it doesn't make sense to use a Brazilian name because like the Atlantic hurricanes don't hit Brazil.
Yeah, but that's the direction that things come from is from all the way over there. That shit comes from the Middle East. Like if you watch
in Africa. It starts on the coast of Africa and then it forms across and travels.
Yeah, and it travels across. But the hot air from the deserts from Africa and the Middle East is what causes that density. So they should be calling it Mohammed and Saeed because that's where it's fucking coming from, just like COVID.
Well, it would certainly help. To the extent that not enough people are afraid of hurricanes, I guess it would scare the white people enough. If Mohammed and Saeed were coming for your town, I guess people would at least board up their windows.
Hurricane Mohammed is barreling down the coast.
Yeah, people would definitely take that seriously.
And they would, of course, say it's racist, but then they're like, why is it not racist for it to be a Spanish or Italian name?
Well, no, that's the thing. No one's afraid of it's It's like Hurricane like John. Like, oh, what the fuck's John gonna do? He's gonna do pregnant
I don't
everyone?
know. I'm afraid of Hurricane John.
What's he gonna do? Forget to put the lid on the blender?
Smells like bologna.
Yeah, what's he gonna? Yeah,
can't spell anything.
Yeah.
We need John Hunt.
He's gonna. John's gonna blow all the letters out of order.
Yeah. It's only targeting schools, elementary schools. Currently teaching kids reading and writing. Yeah, I always wondered that.
But speaking of the back of hurricanes, I just wanted to point out that one of the things that I realized, I know because of all the power outages and hurricanes and stuff that we left, I actually know where my cell phone tower is located.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were like, I know where my cell
phone. Yeah, so my cell phone tower is actually located. Like the power outage stopped like 100 or so feet from like where my house is, and that's where my tower was. So I had full.
You know where your repeater is.
Yeah, so I had absolutely no computer, internet, no television, but I had full Wi-Fi on my phone because of my cell phone tower being on another power grid. So
does that mean that when like the next storm comes, you're going to like race over to that building and like protect it?
It just means that I'm more prepared than you are because I live on a separate power grid than my cell phone.
My power usually doesn't go out because I'm on a block near a fire department. So we get pretty decent power here. And if it does go out, like the last one was a real rarity. Like that never happened. I never was out of power for that.
That's like 4 or 5 days though, didn't it?
Yeah, it was 4 or 5 days of basically the power coming on for maybe an hour or two a day. But after the power came back on, I was still without internet. And that was worse than being without power because I would handle being without power, but somehow still be able to, use my internet. I couldn't use my phone for internet because everybody else was trying. So yeah, it was bad.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying about the phone, which is why it's important to me that it was on the other side.
Go down.
Yeah, which is why I'm saying. So I'm more prepared than you are because the people.
You'd like to think that.
Oh no! I mean, I
have a satellite phone. Try and beat that one.
Well, how much porn can you get in a satellite phone?
It's text only. So
great. So you not just settle for like the little the penis, but it's not even the penis emoji. It's like the penis made out of like the letter 3. No, because it's text only, so you're not even gonna get the emoji. So it's gonna be like the letter 3 and then like a bunch of like underscores and then like when they used to actually have to draw. Remember? Yeah.
You could. There's programs that you could like put a photo in and it'll do it in text, so that way you can copy it and paste it.
Oh, is that how they do it?
That's how they do it.
They're
no
not
assholes
actually making like the sheriff
there
or something every day.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's really fun. There's someone actually sitting there being like, okay, like dash, return, okay, number 1, species number 1, okay, dash, like they make like a little person out of all the little special characters.
No. That's a program online. You upload a photo and then it just takes the contrast and it you pick whatever letters it's going to be. Yeah, it's fake. Fake news.
Everything I ever believed.
Everything. This has been an interesting show.
This has been. I feel like I'm growing up so quickly on this show. Everything
We're
I
learning
believed.
so many things. Lots of fake news, lots of real news, and learning about.
And we found out you're a plaintiff in Brooklyn.
Yeah, apparently you can. Well, we learned that you can sue with a pseudonym, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, I really didn't know that. Yeah, so you got some ideas now.
Oh man, the amount of lawsuits I could draw up
frivolously.
Yeah, I just want to start suing people. Who's suing us? His name is Jackass.
It sure is.
Jackass versus the state of Michigan. Yeah, I like that one. That's what I'm going to do.
It goes all the Supreme Court. People have to study it one day in law school.
Jackass versus Michigan.
No, they just use the last name to
Jackass
versus
Frederick.
Ass versus Michigan. It'd be Ass versus Ass versus the Board of Education or something.
Ass versus. That's like when they abbreviate associates. And they just put ass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is one last thing I remember. I was in the grocery store, and
in your full biohazard suit.
Yeah, in my full biohazard. No, this was way before that. It was a topic that I think I never told it on the radio. We'll see. And there's...
If you heard this story before, email us email us. angryhatemail@gmail.com.
There's the plug. So, does your grocery store, when you get cold cuts, right? Do you have to order your cold cuts, or do they also place pre-cut cold cuts out every day?
They have pre-cut cold cuts out at basically every store I've seen now.
Okay.
They'll have like a little thing at the front where it's like just like basic ham and cheese, like a pound or something like it's normal, not a special.
Yeah, nothing
not
fancy.
Like like the Virginia ham or like the honey roasted turkey or something.
Good shit up. Yeah, unless you ask.
No, it's just like the basic ham.
Yeah. So I was trying to make a sandwich. This is like 2 or 3 years ago. I was trying to make a sandwich one day. I was like, I'm going to go and get me some sandwich meat. And they had the pre-cut ones out already. I was like, okay, I'm just going to take the regular yellow American slice. And I looked at it and it said, LOL America. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, what the fuck is this? LOL America. And it's cheese. And I take a photo of it. I'm like, is someone making a joke? What the fuck is this? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it and I'm like, and I saw like other people that were placing photos of things like this, like stores abbreviate things in weird ways. So there's like baby legs.
Oh, okay. I know what it is. Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah, it's Land O'Lakes.
Yeah, Land O'Lakes. Yeah. I was thinking it could have been like 1.01.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Like the weight.
And America was like, it was cut off. So it wasn't going to be American. It was like Amera, so it was like LOL
so Land O'Lakes
Amera.
American cheese.
Yeah.
But it was,
Yeah. And I was just like, what the fuck? And it had me going for like 2 days trying to figure out what it was.
It's like me in the No Arena.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. No Arena.
You get these abbreviations and you're like, were you all ready to like, were you going to like put out an alert to Team Trump or something? You guys were all going to like go
up against
go to your Stop and Shop and all picket because they're laughing at America.
Yeah.
Nobody laughs at America.
So
These
I walked
colors
in with my
don't
Trump
run.
hat on. I started a war over cold cuts.
I gave up cold cuts. They're not good for you.
They're not. They're very high in sodium.
Yeah. And they're very expensive.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Yeah, they're very expensive.
They don't make
I realized one day that it was like $10 a pound, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I like 10? Like if you actually think like what costs $10 a pound, like fresh salmon, an entire bronzino. Like for $10 a pound.
I buy an entire roasted chicken for $6.50.
Yeah, and then you're buying like this this like conglomerated
mutilated.
Just like they just take all this. I don't even know what it's made out of because like it's the shelf life. Like once it's sliced, for some reason the shelf life like 4 seconds, but for some reason if it sits in the little thing at the deli, it's years.
It's just there.
No, like they just have like one ham like in this deli, like it's a slow deli. They've had like they're on their first ham. They opened like 1993 and they said like they're just like, oh, we're almost done without ham. Yeah
Wait a second. I wonder what lasts the longest. It's got to be cheese, because cheese is already like a thing. It's already a mold of some sort.
Is there a way that we can just get a wholesale and we can just open up our own deli counter, but not actually cut it, just actually to see and wait to see how long and
see how long it sits?
Yeah, like every 6 months, like we just have like another slice of turkey and then like close it back up.
That's a dangerous thing to do during a pandemic.
That might be all they had. Well, that's what I was so concerned about when the power went out. I was like doing the math in my head
for cheese
because like everybody's like getting up on freezer stuff because you don't really know when the panic's going to happen again.
Yeah.
So like everyone, I'm like thinking, I was like, fuck, if I have like 45 chicken cutlets go bad because of this damn power outage, I'm gonna be really, really, really pissed off.
Yeah, I had the same thing where I had like a couple of $100 of food and I was just like, oh no. But most of my stuff was not perishable, but I had a lot of fresh chicken that was like, oh,
I was like, well, I guess we can't open the fridge or the freezer until the power comes back.
We're not eating for a week.
I did get to light my stove though with a match, so that was fun.
Oh, as long as you didn't barbecue inside with the doors closed. I was listening to our one of our last episodes about you telling the story about how what's his name died.
The guy from Boston died,
killed himself
in an elevator.
And I'm just like, I didn't remember you telling that story, so I actually heard that story for the first time.
So you cringed again, or
I
cringed for the first time for the second time, or
yeah.
Yeah. So are you still wearing your biohazard costume?
No, God, no. No, I took that shit off, and I'm sucking in air every time I get a chance. I want the Rona, damn it.
The other day I
gotta go visit my parents just to hang out in the same room as they cough on me. I'll offer them to wipe their face.
Oh, can I help you with that?
Yeah.
Just tickling their face with a feather duster. Hoping to get a sneeze to come out.
Share some cold cuts with them. Oh, let me take a bite of that sandwich. It looks good.
I lost my thought now, Joe. I have no idea, Joe. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I had a story, and then you went off into something.
Lost it.
About licking your parents' eyeballs or whatever the hell it was. And I have no idea. I had something. I was going to make fun of you, or I was going to make fun of me, and I have no idea.
All right. You'll have it eventually, and it'll be on for the next. This is how I come up with my show notes, is I'm thinking of something funny alone, and I'm like, oh, I can't talk about it, so I'll write it down. And sometimes it's just, are your knives sharp? And I don't know what that leads to.
I don't think we ever got our knives. One of my sister's friends in high school, I think, we got to like college or something. Actually, I don't know if he's still alive. I haven't seen him in a while. But anyway, he started like selling knives, and I think my mom like felt bad for him and ordered them, and I don't think they ever came.
He fell for a scam
from like somebody we knew for like 10 years.
That's weird. Did you buy like kitchen knife? What kind of knives were they?
Probably. What other? Like a cutlery? No. My mom is interrogating people in the fucking in the Saudi Arabian embassy. What the fuck?
She's interrogating Al Qaeda in Guam.
Yeah, no. She's a serial killer now. So it's like one of those little knife kits in the little perfectly. Yeah. That's how you know someone's really crazy. They have like their little torture kit, but yeah, there's like no blood or guts on the torture kit, which means it's either like a brand new torture kit every time, or they're like meticulously cleaning it.
Shit.
And I'm not sure what's scarier.
I think it's great if you clean your kit, because you don't know what to expect. If you're the torturer instead of the torturee.
Joe, if you ever make a movie with a torture scene, first of all, I get money now because I have this idea.
Oh, great.
But you need to have the torture instruments like slightly like used and like bloody. And
sometimes they're rusty. Sometimes they show that they're rusty.
Yeah, they're rusty. Great. Yeah. So they haven't tortured in decades. No, it's either rusty, which is weird because like they shouldn't be. They should be like bloody. They should have like a piece of like eyeball on it or something. But like they're either brand new or they're rusty, which both of them make no sense if this guy's like a seasoned torturer. So I think it would make sense to have it like, yeah, like definitely like slightly like there's like a bit of like entrail.
Is this the murder minute? This is the murder minute. We finally got back to the murder minute.
Seems like more of a movie making minute. But
no, this is the murder minute. You're giving advice on how to clean or not clean your torture. It's part of the psychology of torture. It's the psychological torture of seeing that they've been used and this guy is like,
that's what I'm saying. And that's so I feel like they take that away when like the thing is like, it looks like it's a dentist instrument. It's like really like you're torturing people.
Yeah, and then what you're clean.
you're going to sterilize it. Cause like, you don't mind if I die of cutting, but if I die of an infection,
I wonder, would that be a scene of like, oh, I see you got new instruments. I guess you're not good at torturing. It's like, yeah, there's an angle in there.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's an angle. Either you do it in a parody way where it's like, is this your first day? Because you have like you basically have like the price tag still sitting on your torture kit. Your
dental pliers still have the
you've never done this before, have you? Why? Because everything's
everything's so
the guy's
clean.
Sitting there all tied up and he has to like take everything out of like the little plastic, it's like wrapped like the CD cases, so he's sitting there like just chipping away with the corner of his fingernail trying to get like the plastic seal off of it, or it's like
CD case reference.
Like impossible to get off, or like that really hard plastic that
I remember when they started to add the little peel tab to things like that, and it was like a miracle. But you could just pull that little tab. The tab on the cheeses, those little red wax.
What's with you and the cheese?
I don't know. I've got cheese on the sandwich.
Are you eating, Joe? Are you eating enough?
I'm eating,
this
but
is
all
like
I
the
eat
sandwich
is fucking
episode.
Cheese. It's the only thing I can eat on my diet is meat and cheese.
Deli meat.
You Land O'Lakes, LOL America.
LOL America. I'm offended.
I'm offended, Shakespeare.
Where's the manager?
Listen.
Nobody laughs in America, buddy. I'm going to go out to the car and get my gun.
Toss my red hat on and stomp out. Oh, well, that's the end of this episode.
I wish I remembered what my story was. I was ready to make fun of you for your
for my going
your biohazard suit, and I wonder.
I don't wear it anymore. I'm free.
But what has changed? You just don't.
No, I want COVID.
Oh, you want it?
Yeah, I'm done with this bullshit. I want it, so I'm inoculated, and I can say fuck you to everybody. I'm like, wear a mask. Nope, already had it. Goodbye. Peace off. Fuck off. That's it.
I think you still got the dirty looks.
Believe me, I've been getting dirty looks my whole fucking life.
I know. I've been here for half of it. Yeah. I'm familiar.
Most of them have come from you.
Every time there's a dirty look, Joe receives one. I'm not too far away.
Yeah. Your shifty eyes have always been. That's the one thing I miss is when I would bring up a topic and I'd look over to see you with your eyes shifted already.
I think you can still hear it through the. I can hear it though, right? I can hear it. When I listen back, I'm like, oh man, you can hear me, like, even though I'm not actually saying anything, you can hear me like, oh, fuck, this fucking guy again.
Those past episodes are really good. We just passed. I think this is probably episode 55 by now, but we've got 50 episodes in the can of season 2 of The Inappropriate Guys and season 1 of Be Offended. So we hit the big 50 fairly recently,
and we're trekking on well in the 4 digits in downloads.
Yeah,
well into.
Yep. So
keep listening, keep subscribing.
Yep. Follow us everywhere and anywhere that says Be Offended Radio. It's there. Pandora Radio, iHeartRadio, all the big ones.
The deli counter.
Your local sex offender registry. No, your
local federal website. Victor Mo.
Your local
federal court.
Your local porn store. Do they sell porn anymore in stores? I guess that's another thing that dies.
So
COVID.
It's hard to say because of the general like shittiness of it, but like there's 2 that I pass like semi-regularly.
I think they're only in
really hard to tell if they're open. Yeah. Like it's really hard to tell because like they like the way they because like the door's always blacked out, then they have like something so you can't see in the windows.
Yeah.
So it's literally like I don't know like
it's a bad business model.
Know if like how many perverts have like walked up to a porn store and then like just like pulled at the door like really really hard like man, and then like walked away because it was closed down.
You know what I want to do? I want to have a storefront that's that, but never have it open.
Porn
but put the sign that says open.
Like they pull and then they push and then they pull. Then they like walk around like they look to the side and they kind of try to like see like if the lights are on. They like
It would be the way to find your neighborhood pervert.
Yeah.
You just watch the video. We'll blur the faces out, but you'll
That's
see
really
them.
funny.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, because you really could never tell like if a porn store was open or not because of just the way they do it.
It's why don't they have the ubiquitous "we're open" sign? Like, why don't they follow that? Like, is it supposed to be a mystery? Is it like we got you?
No, people kept stealing it and hanging it above their assholes.
Okay, on that note, we gotta go. Find us everywhere. Be Offended Radio. We're bigger than Joe Rogan.
And Jesus.
And there you go. Pray the gay away.